In an unprecedented turn of events, Elon Musk, the world's richest man and CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has taken a leading role in reshaping the U.S. federal government under the Trump administration, a move that has sparked both outrage and scrutiny across the nation. As head of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, Musk has enacted sweeping changes that have resulted in the firing of tens of thousands of federal employees alongside controversial cuts to essential programs. The ramifications of his actions are being felt by countless Americans as the tech mogul navigates his dual identity as a corporate titan and a key political player. Ben Vitsicaro, a former wildlife biologist with the Los Padres National Forest, epitomizes the human cost of Musk's aggressive governance style. After being let go under dubious circumstances, he found himself grappling with the loss of his job and the identity tied to it. "My job is my identity," Vitsicaro stated, reflecting on how his lifelong passion for conservation was abruptly severed. Following his termination, Vitsicaro confronted Musk during a congressional address, questioning whether his work was deemed waste. Musk, reportedly smirking, responded with a dismissive quote from the film Office Space, illustrating a corporate ethos that many critics argue is dehumanizing. Musk's ascent to power within the Trump administration followed his lavish financial support for the Republican Party, amounting to $290 million. This funding has been seen as a catalyst for his role in DOGE, where he has spearheaded a campaign to eliminate what he considers waste in the government. However, critics argue that this purge has been executed with little regard for the essential services that federal employees provide. "We're not buying what you're selling. We believe you to be a liar," said Everett Kelley, president of the American Federation of Government Employees, highlighting the growing discontent among public sector workers. Resistance against Musk's tactics has manifested in widespread protests, with movements like the Tesla Takedown rallying thousands to demonstrate against the DOGE initiative. Activists are urging Tesla owners to divest from the company as a form of protest against Musk's policies, while public sentiment continues to sour, as evidenced by the slogans seen at rallies such as "Not sure about this Elon guy." The backlash has reached a fever pitch, with some participants expressing their anger through acts of vandalism against Tesla properties, leading to a heightened security response from law enforcement. Despite the chaos surrounding DOGE, Musk has portrayed himself as a relentless innovator, often sharing exaggerated claims about the efficiency gains his department has achieved. Yet legal experts caution that his actions may be unconstitutional, with ongoing lawsuits arguing that Musk has usurped power not granted to him by Congress. In fact, a federal judge recently ruled against DOGE, ordering the reinstatement of fired employees and raising questions about the legitimacy of Musk's authority. Throughout this tumultuous chapter, Musk's behavior has raised eyebrows, with reports suggesting erratic public appearances and a disregard for the decorum typically associated with high office. His comments about Social Security, dismissing it as a Ponzi scheme, have drawn criticism even from within the Trump administration, where officials have cautioned him about the potential political fallout. As Musk continues to wield significant influence over government functions, his self-styled role as the provocateur raises concerns about the implications for American democracy. With protests against his actions gaining momentum and his approval ratings plummeting, the future of DOGE hangs in the balance. The upcoming months will likely determine whether Musk's vision for government efficiency can sustain itself amid legal challenges and public dissent. In a world where technology and politics increasingly intertwine, Musk's experiment with governance serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences when corporate power collides with public service. As citizens mobilize against what they see as an overreach of authority, it remains to be seen how this unprecedented chapter in American governance will unfold, and what it will mean for the future of both Musk and the federal workforce he has dramatically reshaped. In a striking intersection of technology, government oversight, and public concern, Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, is currently under scrutiny from the Government Accountability Office (GAO). This audit, which began in March 2025, focuses on the handling of sensitive data across multiple federal agencies, illuminating the pressing issues surrounding data security and operational efficiency in government. The GAO, an independent agency that provides auditing services to Congress, is delving into DOGE's operations within several cabinet-level agencies, including the Departments of Labor, Education, Homeland Security, Health and Human Services, Treasury, and the Social Security Administration. According to records obtained by Wired, the GAO is seeking comprehensive information on incident reports related to potential misuse of data systems, as well as the policies and procedures governing DOGE's access to these systems. The audit aims to evaluate DOGE's compliance with privacy and data protection laws, a critical concern given the extensive access DOGE personnel have reportedly gained to sensitive information. DOGE's controversial approach has raised alarms among Democratic officials and privacy advocates alike. Critics argue that the influx of personnel from Musk's private enterprises, who often lack government experience, into federal agencies could pose significant risks to data integrity and public trust. The agency's mission to streamline operations and eliminate inefficiencies has resulted in proposals for massive layoffs, sparking fears of a deteriorating workforce and compromised data security. A spokesperson for the GAO, Sarah Kaczmarek, stated GAO has received requests to review actions taken by DOGE across multiple agencies until the scope and methodology are finalized. We cannot provide additional details. The urgency of the audit is underscored by previous instances of alarming access granted to DOGE personnel, such as a former engineer from Musk's companies reportedly having the ability to alter Treasury system code. This situation is compounded by the broader implications of DOGE's operations across federal agencies. As reported by analysts, the infusion of untrained personnel into sensitive data environments could lead to significant breaches if not properly managed. Concerns have been raised regarding potential data misuse, including the risk of unauthorized access to payroll systems and personal information of federal employees. In tandem with the ongoing audit, the ramifications of DOGE's cuts to federal agencies are already being felt in the managed service provider (MSP) sector. As the Trump administration's efforts to streamline government operations continue, MSPs serving federal clients find themselves navigating a rapidly changing landscape. Many are hesitant to discuss their strategies publicly, reflecting the uncertainty and anxiety that pervades the market. Noah Dantes, a research analyst with Connolly's, noted, "I think a lot of federal MSPs will be acquired this year. It is a contracting market right now from top to bottom. To survive in the fast-changing federal market, top partners and vendors alike are adapting. This adaptation often involves building expertise in artificial intelligence and seeking new partnerships aligned with the current administration's policies." As the audit progresses, the potential for further regulatory scrutiny looms over DOGE's ambitious agenda. The GAO's findings, which are expected to be released by the end of spring, could influence not only DOGE's operations but also set a precedent for accountability in the handling of sensitive data across government agencies. Representative Richard Neal, a Democratic leader, emphasized the importance of transparency, stating, "Americans expect that when they share personal information with the government, it will be safeguarded. The stakes are high for both the administration and the American public." With the potential for significant changes in data access policies and a growing demand for accountability, the future of DOGE and its impact on federal agencies remains uncertain. As the audit sheds light on the inner workings of DOGE, it may also pave the way for a more robust framework for data protection and operational integrity within the federal government. The unfolding narrative will undoubtedly influence the ongoing discussions about efficiency, privacy, and the role of technology in public service. Tesla Inc. has made a bold entrance into the Saudi Arabian market, launching its sales amidst a volatile backdrop characterized by declining sales and intensified competition, particularly from Chinese electric vehicle makers. The American electric vehicle EV manufacturer, known for its innovation and market leadership, is hoping to replicate its success in the United Arab Emirates as it navigates a landscape where EV adoption remains in its infancy. The timing of Tesla's launch in Saudi Arabia is noteworthy. The company kicked off its sales in Riyadh on April 10, strategically aligning its debut with a planned visit by U.S. President Donald Trump to the region, a move that could potentially enhance visibility and interest in the new offerings. Following the launch event, Tesla will open pop-up stores in key cities such as Jeddah and Dammam on April 11. Despite the kingdom's reputation as a bastion of oil wealth, EV sales accounted for a mere 1% of total car sales in Saudi Arabia in 2024, according to a report from PwC. However, the Saudi government is actively pursuing a transition towards electric mobility as part of its Vision 2030 initiative, which aims to diversify the economy away from oil dependence. This includes plans to transition 30% of all vehicles in the capital Riyadh to electric by 2030 as part of a broader strategy to reduce emissions and promote sustainable energy. Tesla's entry occurs at a time when the company faces challenges, including a backlash against CEO Elon Musk's controversial political engagements and a downturn in sales, particularly in European markets. The company's net sales have recently taken a hit, which industry analysts attribute to various factors, including rising competition and economic pressures. Tesla won't be a pioneer in the market, noted Tatiana Ristova, Director of Vehicle Sales Forecasting at S&P Global Mobility. In other countries it was very often the first one, in Saudi Arabia not anymore. Tesla is not entering the market alone. Chinese EV maker BYD has already established a presence in Saudi Arabia, and Tesla will also contend with Lucid Motors, a luxury EV manufacturer backed by the Saudi Public Investment Fund. The competition is expected to be stiff, with S&P projecting Tesla to sell between 10,000 to 15,000 units within its first 2 years, contending with the local manufacturing capabilities of its competitors. Furthermore, the Saudi government has initiated steps to bolster EV infrastructure, including the establishment of the Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Company, which aims to install 5,000 fast chargers throughout the country by 2030. This infrastructure development is crucial given that charging points are currently sparse, especially in a country noted for its vast and arid landscapes. There is, however, a silver lining for Tesla. According to a recent consumer survey by PwC, over 40% of consumers in Saudi Arabia are considering purchasing an EV within the next 3 years. Ristova believes that an accumulated pool of customers who have waited for Tesla could provide a solid foundation for its success in the region. "We assume that in the coming years there will be some good demand for the Tesla vehicles," she commented. As Tesla seeks to establish itself in Saudi Arabia, the broader implications for the EV market in the region are significant. The kingdom's commitment to fostering a local EV ecosystem, evidenced by partnerships that have led to the establishment of companies like Sura Motors, highlights a shift in the automotive landscape that could redefine the future of transportation in the Middle East. In conclusion, while Tesla's entry into Saudi Arabia presents opportunities, it is not without its challenges. The company must navigate a competitive landscape while capitalizing on a growing interest in electric vehicles. As the kingdom progresses with its Vision 2030 ambitions, the coming years will be pivotal for Tesla and the entire EV market in the region, potentially reshaping the automotive industry in ways yet to be seen. In the ever-evolving landscape of space exploration, few figures are as pivotal as Nick Kopp, the Dragon flight lead at NASA's Johnson Space Center. As the agency prepares for its 32nd SpaceX commercial resupply mission, Kopp's role becomes increasingly critical. With over 15 years of experience at NASA, Kopp is at the forefront of ensuring that vital supplies and scientific experiments reach the International Space Station (ISS) safely and efficiently. Kopp's journey to NASA began in Cleveland, Ohio, where an early fascination with space ignited his ambition. Inspired by his grandfather's home-built telescope, he pursued aerospace engineering at the University of Illinois. His dedication, coupled with proactive networking within the space community, landed him a contractor position where he worked alongside astronauts on scientific experiments aboard the ISS. "I've wanted to work at NASA since I was a kid," Kopp shared, highlighting the importance of passion and perseverance in achieving one's dreams. In his current position, Kopp collaborates closely with SpaceX, ensuring that the Dragon cargo spacecraft adheres to NASA's stringent requirements. This collaboration extends beyond logistics. It encompasses a cooperative effort involving various partners who contribute to the scientific endeavors on the ISS. Research on the space station is conducted for people on Earth, Kopp emphasized, underscoring the broader implications of their work. He believes that the research conducted in microgravity can lead to significant advancements that benefit life on our planet. Kopp's career has been marked by several notable projects, including serving as the flight lead for NASA's SpaceX Crew 8 mission and managing flight controllers during critical operations. His favorite memory, however, remains being appointed as a payload operations director, a role he aspired to for a decade. I remember the joy I felt learning of the news of my assignment and my first conversation with an astronaut in space, he recalled, illustrating the profound impact of his work. As Kopp continues to lead NASA's cargo missions, his insights offer a glimpse into the future of space exploration. His advice for aspiring space professionals is clear: connect with people in the industry and ask them questions. You are in control of your destiny. This sentiment resonates deeply as the space industry faces an influx of new talent and innovative ideas, all striving to contribute to humanity's exploration of the universe. While Kopp's contributions to space exploration are significant, the broader landscape is also shifting. In a parallel development, Amazon is making a formidable entry into the space race with its ambitious Project Kuiper, a satellite internet initiative poised to challenge SpaceX's Starlink. Amazon's commitment to investing $20 billion in this venture signals its determination to capture a share of the satellite internet market, which it believes could be immensely profitable. As Amazon prepares to launch its first batch of satellites, the competition between these tech giants is heating up, promising to reshape the landscape of satellite communications. In the realm of space governance, the recent nomination of Shift4 CEO Jared Isaacman to lead NASA has sparked debate. Isaacman, known for his ties to Elon Musk and SpaceX, faced scrutiny from lawmakers concerned about potential conflicts of interest. During a Senate hearing, he assured senators of his commitment to NASA's mission, emphasizing that NASA is the customer in relation to SpaceX's contracts. This ongoing dialogue around leadership and accountability at NASA highlights the complex interplay between public service and private enterprise in the space sector. As we look to the future, the contributions of individuals like Nick Kopp and the strategic moves of corporations like Amazon and Shift4 will undoubtedly shape the next chapter of space exploration. With each launch, experiment, and collaboration, humanity's understanding of the universe expands, paving the way for innovations that could one day transform life on Earth. The unfolding narrative of space exploration is not just about reaching new frontiers. It is also about fostering cooperation, transparency, and a shared vision for a better future. In a dramatic turn of events, the ongoing legal saga between Elon Musk and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has taken an unexpected twist with the resignation of Robin Andrews, the attorney leading the case against Musk regarding his acquisition of Twitter, now rebranded as X. Andrews announced his departure from the SEC in a heartfelt LinkedIn post, describing it as a heartbreaking day following extensive deliberation about his future at the agency. The SEC initially filed a lawsuit against Musk shortly before Donald Trump assumed the presidency, accusing him of various securities violations tied to his purchase of Twitter. At the heart of the case is an investigation into whether Musk properly disclosed his stake in the company prior to the acquisition, which allegedly allowed him to purchase shares at a lower price than would have been possible with appropriate disclosure. Andrews' resignation has raised eyebrows, particularly given reports from sources close to the situation who indicated that he was concerned about the current SEC leadership's willingness to either dismiss the case or settle for a minimal penalty. These concerns appear to have played a significant role in his decision to leave the agency, highlighting a broader tension within the SEC regarding its enforcement priorities under the Trump administration. In his resignation post, Andrews emphasized the SEC's critical role in safeguarding investor interests, stating, The SEC must always be focused on protecting investors and holding violators accountable no matter who they are. The recent resignation comes in the wake of Musk's Department of Government Efficiency DOGE engaging with the SEC, further complicating the landscape. Musk has a history of contentious interactions with the SEC dating back to 2018 when he faced securities fraud charges related to tweets about taking Tesla private. He settled those charges but has since continued to challenge the agency's authority, a dynamic that has only intensified in recent months. The SEC filed its lawsuit against Musk on January 14, 2025, with Andrews at the helm seeking civil penalties and the return of profits, known legally as disgorgement. Musk's legal team has vehemently criticized the SEC's actions as a sham, alleging a prolonged campaign of harassment that they claim is politically motivated. As the case progresses slowly amid these upheavals, it is clear that the intersection of corporate accountability and political influence remains a contentious battleground. With Andrews' departure, questions loom over the SEC's commitment to robust enforcement in high-profile cases, particularly those involving powerful figures like Musk. The resignation of Andrews alongside the exit of Bernard Smith, another attorney involved in the case, signals potential instability within the SEC as it navigates these complex legal challenges. The timeline for Musk's response to the SEC's complaint has been set for June 6, 2025, but with the current political climate and ongoing maneuvering from both Musk and the SEC, the outcome remains uncertain. As this situation unfolds, it will be crucial to observe how the SEC adapts its strategies and priorities under the evolving leadership and the implications for investor confidence in the U.S. securities markets. With key players like Musk at the center of this drama, the intersection of technology regulation and governance is poised for further scrutiny in the coming months.